this is Logos MC here, and I am on the Crafting Ages server. This is a generally new server. Well, the map is. We just changed maps, and this is the spawn. This is where you'll spawn. I'm one of the admins on the server, and I own my own nation. This is a roleplay server. So, if you like roleplay and sort of like World of Warcraft, this is a server for you. Yeah, it's towny and it's really fun. And this is where you'll spawn. The server texture pack is DokuCraft Lite. I'm not personally using it, but that's the server texture pack. And it'll give you the story at the bottom, right here, and then it'll teleport you to the next room. In just a second. And here you go. This is the classroom. It's where you choose your primary fighting class. You can be a healer, fighter, shadows, and a spellcaster. Spellcaster is pretty much a mage. Shadow is a rogue. Fighter is a warrior. And a healer is an alchemist, pretty much. And I'm personally a warrior. Um, let's go over here. Click the sign twice, and you're on to your second profession. By the way, you can click the signs to choose what you're going to be. Right here, you could be a miner, woodcutter, or a farmer. This all has to do with heroes, by the way, and if you're not familiar with it, I highly suggest that you get familiar with it, since it'll help you a lot in the server. A miner can mine ores and has chances of double ores, things like that. They can use better pickaxes and such. Woodcutters, they can craft pretty much anything wood, including planks. So if you don't like the thought of not being able to craft wooden planks, then I suggest being a woodcutter. They can also use diamond axes and such. Farmer, they can farm and craft foods. Yeah, alright. And then you click the sign again. Here is probably your most important decision. This is where you choose your nation. This is me, the dwarves. Over here, the Great Zal runs the humans. He hasn't been on much, so when we get to the capital views later, you'll see that his town's not as developed. Mr. Fluffaluffagus, he runs the elves. And over here, Dogfan20, and he runs the Orcish City. And I guess I'll give a view of my town first, since this is gonna take me to my town. Here is my town. Uh, the name is Undridge, and it's a nation of snow. You spawn in this cabin over here, where in front of the airship dock, where you can load onto the airship. I built this all by myself, and it looks pretty nice. For here, I have the brewery, not quite done yet. Still need to work on the back and all that. It has a large cauldron and stuff inside over here, and if you see this, this is stuff with my texture pack. You won't be able to see if you don't have it, but yeah, in case you're wondering. And giant cauldron to brew some ale, because that's what the dwarves do. Over here is a giant statue I'm in the middle of the making. Uh, it's supposed to look like it's under construction. I'm not quite done yet, but I think it looks pretty good so far. And over here we have stuff like basic villager houses. Right here is the Hunters Guild. Later on, when the server is more popular and more people start playing, we'll have smaller islands home to guilds and such, and like Assassin's Guild, and they'll have their own private islands, and you'll have to be a fairly active player and good at the game to join the guilds. Over here are farmers' houses for people that I trust in the game who want to permanently join this town, and they can have their own farmers' huts and their own regular homes farmers' huts are for food. And over here, just some more houses. Um, I'll go through the cave, the underground part of the Dwarven town, and I'll move on to the orcs, I guess. Yeah. Here is a forge, and not much to it yet. I'm gonna extend down that way. And here is a shopping district. It's not done yet. I'm gonna add a bunch of stalls down here, but it's gonna be for people to create player shops. And one last thing I want to show you is right over here, the arena of the city. I'll be back with you. To the capital of the orcs. This is the name of the place is Rothgar, and it's a decently built up town. Right here is actually from the old server. It's actually an upscale of the old orc capital, and since it's upscale, it's not as detailed, so we'll add more stuff to it later. Over here we have an assortment of buildings like the Dwarven Embassy, stuff like that, and training area. And over here, that's pretty much all there is here so far. But over here we have an arena, sort of like the one I showed you at the end of my town. And it's going to be nice for PvP tournaments, which we may have in the future. And I guess that's it. I'll be back with you at the human base, or capital. Welcome to the humans' capital. They're the newest creatures, I guess, to the land of the newest race to the land of Era. So they're not quite as developed yet. They have ships and such because of their long travels, and they have a smallish, undeveloped city. Here we have a small forge where they can craft their tools. We have some farmhouses like the ones you saw in my town, so that people can create food, and some market stalls. We also have a few towers and a windmill. Like I told you at the beginning, the person who owns the town isn't on much, so it's not as developed as most of the other towns, but I'm sure it'll look great when it's finished. And I guess I'll be back with the final town, which is the elves. The almighty tree of the elves. This is the new nation capital of the elves. Not positive if we're going with it. We have a roofed forest over there, but I'm pretty sure we will. And this is for the elves. It's a giant tree. Not much has been done here yet. I built this whole tree myself, and not sure how the owner of the capital wants it completely yet, but I'll be working on it some more. And it's this is really it. There's not any buildings yet. It's kind of plain, just the tree and some ruins over there, because we're going for a rune style type of build here. Well, anyways, I guess that's it, guys. If you want to join the server, connect to play.craftingages.com. It's an unwhitelisted server for now, and it's really great fun when lots of people are on to play and build to the lore of the server. Hope to see you on here, guys, and see ya.